Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Here are a bunch of random cryptocurrency predictions that I'm pretty sure are going to come true, but also let me know at the end of the year if these things have also come true, because I'm fairly certain that they're actually going to. The first thing is a $100,000 Bitcoin. I think we are going to hit that a lot sooner than people think. We have just passed by the normal amount of time that Bitcoin goes down after the halving has taken place, and then subsequently also begins to move back up. It won't take a large enough bit of momentum for us to even get there. A lot of the coins that we've been seeing have been accumulated by a lot of the very wealthy and rich people and larger wallets over the course of the last couple of months. This has diminished the amount of supply on Bitcoin exchanges. This has also increased the amount of whale movements that we've also been seeing, and it won't take a lot of buying pressure for us to get to a $100,000 Bitcoin over the course of this year. I'm almost fairly certain that we should be seeing it sometime around September or October, potentially November. Depends on what the Fed does with interest rates. The current idea is that they're going to cut interest rates sometime in September, and therefore if they do, sky's the limit. Every single asset class is going to begin to pump in value. But I think by the end of this year, we are going to be well beyond the $100,000 Bitcoin. 10K Ethereum. If you haven't been keeping up with the news or haven't been seeing why Ethereum's price has been acting so weird over the course of the last month, like half a month or so, since we got the Ethereum ETFs, it's because Grayscale is selling off their Ether once again. Similar to how they were selling off their Bitcoin at the beginning of the year. Remember when the Bitcoin ETFs launched on the 11th of January? And then we subsequently had a 4 week period where prices were going down for Bitcoin and no one could understand why they were going down. And everyone was like, the ETFs are blah, 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 blah. It was Grayscale. Grayscale was selling off on behalf of their clients who were part of their Grayscale trust. Grayscale has still a 2.5% fee for their ETF, and therefore people were selling off their coins and they were going somewhere else. Now, the same exact thing is happening for the Grayscale Ethereum Trust, and this is why Ethereum's price has been recently all over the place over the course of the last couple of weeks. Similarly, when Grayscale is done selling off the vast majority of their Ethereum, this will all be gobbled up by whales, as we've also been seeing in the news the last couple of weeks. The amount of Ether that's also being accumulated. The amount of Ether that's on exchanges continues to drop. There's less than 10% of all the Ether out there left on cryptocurrency exchanges. What was the other thing? The amount of Ether that is continuously being bought up by whales and staked on the network also continues to increase as well. There was a guy online who was writing, because Ethereum has a lower market cap than Bitcoin, it has less liquidity, so it's usually a lot easier to push the price up further and further. He was saying that for every $1 that would go into Bitcoin, that would move up the price by $1. Because of Ethereum's lower liquidity and lower market cap, every $1 for Bitcoin equates to $3 for Ethereum. So there are a lot of expectations that even by the time Grayscale is done selling off their Ether, we're probably going to see a very healthy push above $7,000-8,000. Probably some kind of a really weird pullback initiated by the whales to not have things go that quick. But if we move past a $100,000 Bitcoin, a $10,000 Ether is definitely in the cards. Over the course of this year, I'm still personally expecting between a $10,000 to $12,000 Ether, just because of the lack of the amount of Ether left on cryptocurrency exchanges. But I'm going with a really strong 10K. Tell me by December if I was correct on that one as well. Probably going to be seeing an end. Third prediction, going to be seeing an end to the Ripple SEC lawsuit. At least at the time of me making this video, there's still no end to it, or there's still like a bit of fuzziness that's left to it. Once we actually hear that the lawsuit is over, we are probably also going to hear from Ripple that they're going to be going public. I expect them to go public around mid-2025. Same exact thing with an Ethereum ETF. I'm not expecting any other ETFs to actually pass through over the course of this year. For those of you who missed it, the people from BlackRock recently said that there is no other investor interest in any other ETF right now, because people were hyping up Solana or XRP. They said there's just not enough interest. So I assume that there will be enough interest for XRP when the lawsuit is over. If Gary Gensler leaves office, they go public. and announce that they're in discussions with companies, or companies come forward to announce that they're thinking about launching an XRP ETF. As far as price predictions, I don't really have any. I think $10 is basically like set in the cards. We hit almost $4 before. The amount of usage for XRP has completely skyrocketed since 2018. I think $10 is a given. After that, it becomes very fuzzy, because can we go to $15? Can we go to $22? Sky's the limit. Like literally the sky is the limit, because there's been so much downward pressure on this coin over the course of the last, it's not even just 4 years. It's basically since 2018. So yeah, I think the lawsuit's going to end very, very soon. And then we're probably going to see a huge amount of momentum for the coin, basically going back over $1. But once we hear ETF, once we hear going public, that's basically the beginning of the, oh, I wish I had bought some XRP from a lot of different people. Next prediction, Cardano will announce another upgrade that won't be done until around 2025 or 2026. You might be asking why I'm predicting that. Is because it's what Cardano does. Cardano always announces that they're going to have another upgrade, another update around some really significant time, and then it never actually ends up happening until a much later date. So a lot of the Cardano predictions that we for upgrades and updates that we heard around 2022 are now just beginning to now roll out. Cardano always announces something, the market ends up going down, there's hush, there's a lull, and as the market begins to move back up, Cardano announces that they're going to launch something finally after all of these years. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, since the thing that we heard around February is that they're trying to, what is it? Their governance model, or make it Voltaire, or make it more, whatever they said that they were going to do a number of years ago that they're finally getting to right now. By the time we end up getting to around the end of this year, I can nearly assure you there's going to be another announcement from the Cardano people that they're going to have some other major, awesome, cool, fantastic, amazing, wonderful update to the network that's supposed to happen. They'll say it's going to happen sometime in 2025. It's not going to happen in 2025. They're going to string it a little bit forward. It's going to happen sometime in 2026, 2027. No one's going to care about it in 2026, 2027. They're going to announce that they're going to have another upgrade, another update, and they're going to string that one along until 2028 as well. It's literally their pattern. Price predictions, don't really have any. I think a lot of people have kind of lowly swayed away from Cardano. I predicted at the beginning of this year and also last year, Cardano probably has around 1 or 2 cycles left inside of it. I think we will see a healthy price pump in Cardano over the course of this bull run leading into and also middle of 2025. But as far as like optimism for the coin, I think a lot of people don't really have that much anymore, and it's kind of moved to a number of other different projects out there. Next prediction, people backing Solana and talking about Solana and who love Solana and who know that Solana is a scam are going to start announcing that meme coins and rug pulls are just, part of the environment. For those of you who haven't been paying attention, the main reason why Solana is popular, because a lot of people keep asking me why I don't like Solana, is because it's a venture capital scam and it's not decentralized, and it's broken down 13 times over the course of a year and had to be restarted. You cannot restart a blockchain. Don't argue with me. The problem is that right now the only usage on Solana are companies who paid for the initial funding rounds for Solana, who are making other companies or subsidiaries and who are partnering with Solana as well. These companies were already involved and they already had the money to start the Solana ecosystem, and now they're making other companies to partner with the chain to also use the chain as well. It's nonsense. The other part of it is all the meme coins. There's so many meme coins launching on Solana all the time. This is now being touted as a use case. This is now being touted as something that is amazing and awesome and wonderful for Solana, and how awesome and amazing that it is, when it's absolutely garbage. Because if your entire point of your chain right now, the majority of your transactions are just coming from coins that are rug pulls. A lot of people are also normalizing rug pulls on Twitter. It's completely insane. You should not be normalizing that. If you have lost money from I'm going to launch this coin. This coin is going to blah, 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 blah. Gone. Rug pull, you should already know. I know a couple of people who were using Solana earlier in the year. They've been pulled 4, 5, 6, 7, that is not a joke, multiple times, and they still go, well, there's still good money to be made. No, it's a garbage chain, and the only people who realize that are the people who are outside of it. If you're inside of it, you're just desperate trying to make enough money that you could have made from other chains, and now you feel that this is your last chance to be able to do so. So therefore, you're dealing in Solana and these meme coins, and you're working on Telegram with other people who are scamming and telling you when to pump and dump. I know how the ecosystem works. No one's using Solana except for the meme coins, and they're telling you that these are now use cases. The same exact thing. I forgot the other company a couple of weeks ago who went on the news. And they were like, "Yeah, Solana has a lot of a huge community with all these meme coins." They're garbage. They're not going anywhere. You're never going to use any of these coins in the store. None of them have any longevity. You're using them trying to make quick, fast money. You don't care about the chain either. These are going to be touted as good things by the end of the year for the sake of decentralization and how many people can make new coins and new things to open up the ecosystem to everyone. They know that it's a scammy chain, so they have to flip the script and make sure that people see it as like in a relatively positive way, even though it's probably one of the worst things since BitConnect that we've had in the space. Next prediction. More celebrity endorsements. Celebrity endorsements tend to happen usually around cycles when things are going back up. It's for the celebrities to get into the spotlight, to say that they're cool and awesome and hip and wonderful and young and fresh. We saw this a couple of years ago with Bill Clinton and what's the guy from The Thing? All these people who were talking about how cool Ripple was and how cool Bitcoin was and how cool Ethereum was. Back in 2017, 2018, a number of celebrities. We're going to start seeing a lot more celebrity endorsements. We recently had something with Scottie Pippen, who was talking about fractionalizing a basketball or something like that, which was also really weird because he was asking people a couple of days before, do they like Bitcoin or Ethereum? And it was like, you had no intention of talking about Bitcoin or Ethereum. You're trying to sell this ball off to a number of people. Same exact thing in 2020, 2021. We had a lot of celebrities moving into the space. The silver lining for that is that when these celebrities promote cryptocurrencies, it does get a lot of new people into the space. It usually is very short-sighted because these people here, they worship these celebrities. They see that they have money. They also want to have money, so therefore they jump into the space. But the problem usually is that they tend to jump into things like a Pepe coin or into Tron or other things like that that have no actual future, that are also just ridiculous coins. We're going to see a lot more celebrity endorsements. It's usually a very good indicator as to when the market's going to begin to do well or is already doing well. That's also something to keep in mind as well. You'll know that we're at the end of the cycle when people like Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton pop back in the space again to talk about their own coins and all these other things. That I'm giving it March, April, May of next year. We're going to start hearing from these like celebrities you don't want to hear from, who are also going to be like, I'm also in crypto again. And that's usually the red flag. Like we're near the end of the cycle whenever that ends up happening. Next prediction. NFTs will make a comeback by the time we get to around October. I know a lot of people aren't into NFTs. Cool, fantastic. You're awesome and cool. You're not a hipster. The other part of it is that NFTs are already coming back. A lot of the sales have begun to pick back up, especially on Vivi. I've been paying attention to the numbers. My portfolio is constantly going up. The amount of stuff on Vivi continues to dwindle, as it has been for a while. For those of you who haven't been paying attention, a lot of the things that had like edition sizes of 30,000, there's now like 24, like 24 left of them on the app. There's like, it constantly is going down. We're also seeing some rumblings from the other larger NFT projects like the Apes and the Barbager and all these other things like that. The sales are also beginning to pick back up as well. By the time we get to an $80,000, $90,000 Bitcoin, we should be seeing a lot of new or the same old retail people re-entering the space. And what happens is usually money begins to slosh all around, kind of like imagine you're on a boat. What ends up happening is that people realize if they make money in one thing, they can kind of do it in another. So by the time we get to October, November, we're probably going to see the beginning of the resurgence of NFTs, not to previous all-time highs, but just like they're back in the news again. People are talking about them. We'll probably, if everything works out well, if we're at $120,000 Bitcoin by next March, we're probably going to see NFTs nearing the previous all-time highs around March, April, or May, when the momentum is really going. You have to understand how powerful the euphoric phase in the cryptocurrency cycles actually are, and NFTs will also be able to benefit from that as well. This also then causes a lot of new people to rush into the space. You always tend to need the previous all-time high to get people to rush back into the market again, or to have brand new people come there. It's kind of a really weird FOMO thing where people basically go, I could have made the money. It's back where it was before when I last saw it on TV. Let me jump into it right now to try and make some money. That's the way that the normal mindset works for a lot of people who aren't investing. So once we actually end up getting to like brand new all-time highs, people will rush back into the market. They'll be looking for extra places to put their money. A lot of NFTs are right now the things that were, not joking, the things that were going for $5,000 or $6,000 before are now $60, $55. I've even seen some of them for $7 as they continue to dwindle and the price starts to go back up on the app as well and many other places, depending on where you're getting your NFTs from. The resurgence also ends up happening back as well. People begin to buy a lot more, prices begin to increase, and makes it into the news cycle. Same exact thing over and over again. I think we're in for a very intense cycle. Something about it feels, I don't want to use the word off. Something feels oof. I don't know what word to actually put there. I feel like there's so much energy that it's almost going to like pop. I can't be the only one who feels this. It's the expectations because we did not hit $100,000 Bitcoin last cycle because the world, you know, but even all the other charts. What's that other chart called? Hold on, stay right there. There's another chart. Hold on, stay. It's the, Google this, the Bitcoin MVRVZ score. MVRVZ score. It's two charts. It's one, well, I mean, on my screen it was green and one was yellow, but on the charts, there's a very good indicator as to when Bitcoin has topped in price, and it's the MVRVZ score. And it's basically, it kind of shows like oversold or overbought. It's a whole bunch of blah, 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 blah. The point is, this chart is always and has been correct every other cycle. And we are like at the bottom. We are like nowhere near where like it usually ends up spiking. And you can even see for 2020 and 2021, we were nowhere, like we were here. We weren't like at the top around here. It was definitely manipulation that was pushing the price down, and also I think just a general sense of worldly fear, if you will. But even from that chart, if you look at it, where Bitcoin's price is on the chart and where the MVRV score actually is, it looks like Bitcoin could at least 3 or 4x in price before we actually see any kind of come down. And that's like at this, like here, that's like around like this point. If we get to around a 5 or 6x of Bitcoin's price from where it is right now, that's like the height of where the score is actually showing. It's a very good indication. I think we're going to see like a really crazy market. Something is off about it. I don't know if it's the levels of accumulation. I don't know if it's the time frame. I'm not really sure. But something is going to like pop or snap. And I don't know if that's a mad rush of people coming in. I don't know if that's a fear index or somewhere inside there, but there's a lot of, I have very big expectations for this cycle, as do a lot of other people. The anticipation is ginormous, especially for where prices are going to go. But I think we as a market need to see Bitcoin go past 100K. And that's basically, that's the indicator that we need to see that this market is ready to actually like pump. Yeah. Tell me if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure I'm really close on a lot of them. I don't think that 100K is that far off. Same exact thing for Ethereum. I think one of the major catalysts as well is basically going to be in September with the interest rates. As of now, people are still expecting potentially 2 interest rate cuts. I'm only expecting 1 just because I think the Fed is, I don't know, they're trying to get stuff under control that they don't have under control. We'll see. Yeah, very interesting times ahead. I do hope that you all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.